We're in the middle of the paragraph. It starts B'inyan mitzvah king.
Yep.
Okay, we're learning the Dilui Nishmat Anna Bat Binyamin.
Amen. What
We're the sentence that starts V'chein kol mishu. It's sort of 2/3.
No, but which mitzvah?
Just past half.
Dalet.
Dalet, mitzvah Dalet.
Mishnah Dalet.
So where we say V'chein kol mi shulchacham.
Right.
Mishnah Dalet. We in Parshat Bo?
We're in Parashat Bo.
Okay.
Right,
In Yana Mitzvah?
Yeah. So we're in the middle of that paragraph.
Wait.
This paragraph, the Sefer Chinuch is describing to us, like, how does it work? Tachlis. And who's in charge of it? Since it's not a mitzvah on the individual.
Oh, you're talking about, this is about the Chodesh Yibur.
Yeah.
No, Sham Yibur.
Oh,
Moedim become a mitzvah Yibur, Hasham Mizeb, Yisod Yibur.
Okay, so we'll go over the last sentence, so just to get ourselves situated. The question is, who is the mitzvah targeted at? Who's responsible for actually doing it, determining, okay, this year is going to be a leap year, and what our sages have told us that it was Sanhedrin. It's smuchim. Yes.
So just to be clear, are we talking about the establishing months I get? The months is about the establishment of the two witnesses come to the bed, then with reliable, tested, whatever, and you declare the new month.
Right.
But it's also then about the leap year.
Yeah, they're actually, he combines them both into this
Okay,
mitzvah.
fine. Okay, that's it.
Since it's like the mitzvah of setting the calendar.
Okay.
So it includes both.
Fine.
Where are we at exactly?
We're at Ve'od Darshu Adavar. So the question is, where did this, what's the source for saying that they have to be smuchim? Smuchim, we learned, is somebody has smicha from Moshe Rabbeinu in an unbroken chain of smicha. And so there was one kind of reference from the psukim that was mentioned, and now it's another od darshu adavar, another kind of remez, another.
What she'ein manu chachamim smuchim?
No.
Where are you? What's the first word?
The first word is ve'od.
Ve'od.
You're right paragraph.
Got אם תוצא came from היום שאין לנו חכמים סמוכים לא שכיוונו שהרי that
No, I think we're before. Yeah, we're before that.
Before that?
We're here somewhere.
Up there?
Yeah, well, here. I think.
שהוא חכמים בארץ חכמים ואין אותו שיש לו רשות בצד הזה והפיתו שכלו עכשיו וכן right down here בעניין המצווה.
Oh no, your one goes to your much one paragraph now.
Okay. It's not in my book.
I was waiting for that.
Here you go. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
The ode?
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
it's the bound.
Oh, I got it, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So again, we're answering the question: what is the source for the fact that you need to have smuchim to do Kidush Hachodesh, to determine which day is Rosh Chodesh? Ve'od darshu adavar, right? They learned it out from the fact that midasamach le Dabru al kol bnei adat Yisrael. The next pasuk after the pasuk that talks about Kidush Hachodesh, Hachodesh hazeh lachem.
You got a question over here.
The next pasuk is Dabru al kol adat Yisrael, and adat is usually associated with the
Does this mean the smicha? Is that like buttered up against?
That's exactly what it is. It's adjacent to. Yes.
Adjacent, yeah. Okay, adjacent to the alcohol. Okay,
Yes.
You read it mitzvah le.
Yeah.
Was that just your pronunciation? Because it's very clearly here, it says lo.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said le.
That's funny. Okay, that's like from the Gemara.
Okay, so
I'm just used to saying samach le in the Gemara. When the Gemara talks about, he translated it into Hebrew, but in Aramaic it says samach le.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was
That's
all right.
funny.
Okay.
We saw the different gears so here.
Yeah, but mine also says samach lo.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I said samach le because that's a.
I want with your mind because I'm different. That's my question.
No, it's just yeah. There's times used to saying. So the idea is that it's Dabrul called Adat Yisrael, that this mitzvah should be given to the Eidah. And Eidah in many contexts means the Zkenim, the Sanhedrin. K'lamar she'yeh lahem le'otam
You're
she'yikadshu.
saying that that's referring to the old is the Canaan? You're saying the Eidah?
Yeah, Zkenim, which is Chachamim,
The Chachamim.
right? כלומר, שיהיה להם לאותם שיקדשו החודש רשות כל ישראל. כלומר, חכמים גדולים שבישראל כגון בית דין הגדול. When it says כל עדת ישראל, like the pshat, like the real, most basic meaning is adat, the whole edat means the whole group.
Is it witnesses as well?
That's edim. Yeah.
Because they're saying that comes from the same word, though. Eid at all. Ed.
It seems like it should be.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. I mean, maybe it could almost be that people who are witnessing by hearing, they're witnessing the.
Yeah, by being present.
Yeah.
Like everyone who's present.
Yeah.
Right, that.
It's interesting that this is it's such a big thing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like it needs to be such a big thing. I mean, you can see the moon. You know, I mean, you can kind of see where it is, the size of it. So you can generally when it's full, you know it's full, right? And you know which is the 15th of the month.
Yeah, but it's full for 3 days.
What?
It's full for 3 days.
Yeah, it's full. I mean, anyway, it's like basically, I mean, you're not going to be so far off.
You're not going to be far off, but we need everyone to be
down to 3 days.
on precisely the same page.
Right, but I'm just saying is that this is well, first of all, since it's the biggest mitzvah, I mean, the first mitzvah that we got, and it's just showing us how important that mitzvah is. It wasn't just a stom thing. Okay, guys, we're gonna have Rosh Chodesh now. Hashem's like going, you're free now, and you got Rosh Chodesh. We're gonna party. Let's party, man. It was like
Right, it's the mitzvah of standardization of.
There was like a big thing.
Although it's interesting in a way that it's a mitzvah for all of standardization, determined in a way, but witnessed by so few. Does that make sense? So you've got this.
It sounded kind of like you'd have to do that in court.
Yeah. But no, the whole nation is, and the calendar which we follow, or were following at the time, was determined by two guys off the street who went, oh, new moon, let's go into that den.
It wasn't just two guys off the street.
Well, it's 2 guys off the street and the big dude.
And the big den who then tested my point.
Right, and the point here, exactly the point
But that's my point being
is that the Beit Din is representing the whole
Yeah,
nation.
you're right, yeah.
And that's why they're called the Eidah, because they're representing the whole Eidah, the whole nation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because in a way it's interesting that there's you and I could be walking on the street going, oh, new moon, let's go. Yeah, we're by the best thing to pop in there and see the new moon. Because that's also, rather than someone who, you do something which is so important and prevalent for the Jewish people, will be determined by those people who had training to recognise what a new moon looks like as well. Is that it will be
Right, that's
it wouldn't be that's how yes they can question and test, and that's what the best thing are doing. The fact is still relying on these two people who come on the street.
We got some real specific dates. Like,
Now-
you know, the 14th of the month, the first of the month.
Yeah, they're determined by the
Yeah.
Yeah,
by
they'll
the two
come
guys
over-
off the street.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the egalitarian
Yeah,
right facet of Judaism. That there are a lot of things that they're open to anyone,
yeah,
and at the same time that produces a risk factor that we mentioned last time about there was a conflict with the Tzdukim. The Tzdukim were convinced that Pesach had to come out on Shabbos, and so they would try to manipulate Kidush
Pesach
Hachodesh.
had to come out of Shabbos?
Yeah,
Pesach had to come out?
Yeah.
That was the machloket.
yeah.
no, they believed. The Chachamim said it doesn't matter, you go on any day.
Right.
But they said that the Minchata Omer, it
Has to
says,
be,
Oh, you're talking about
Lechurat
the
Shabbat.
the Sadukim?
Yeah,
And the Karaites.
the
The
Karaites came
Shomrim.
hundreds of years later. The Shomranim are a different group,
Yeah.
not related. But so they would try to manipulate the calendar all year in order to make sure it came out on Shabbos, and this mechanism is what allows that to happen. This egalitarian quality of anybody can do this,
Mhm.
would accept anybody.
That's also the mechanism in Judaism genuinely.
Well,
There's that famous story in the Talmud.
how could it come out of...
Two rabbis who would ask him on this particular matter, and I can't remember water flowing. I can't remember what's the story now. I forget.
Oh, it was Eliezer, right?
Yeah. And ultimately, when he goes, why did you support me? I was right. He goes, I know you're right, but the whole point of Judaism is that people have the ability to.
Oh, you're talking about...
Right. That's a little bit different because that's only within the Chachamim. Like the democratic part of Judaism is limited to the Chachamim. It's not everybody gets to vote, right? Only the Sanhedrin.
Yeah.
So that's a bit
But even still, the fact
limited.
the fact that man gets to decide.
Right. Well, that's right. That's exactly,
Yeah.
that kind of stems from here
Yeah.
in many ways, that we're given the authority. Hashem gives us the authority for self-determination, for the calendar, for halacha, interpretation of the Torah. Yeah. It's a cool thing. So,
And also because it's alien to some other faith. In Christianity,
oh yeah,
our church,
right.
you can't get their head around the fact that you can even question the text, how it's meant to be interpreted, let alone make decisions that could.
Right, they didn't. They kept the text in Latin for centuries so that they wouldn't be able to read it.
My
Common
sister,
vote trying to understand.
my sister, I
it, so.
remember my daughter's, but they came to my brother-in-law was a vicar.
Your father-in-law's a vicar?
Brother-in-law.
Oh, right. What's a vicar?
He's
Take
a
out that.
Church of England priest.
Huh?
Church of England priest.
A priest.
Church of England, though, so you can get married and have kids.
Anglican Church,
Anglican.
Okay.
not Catholic.
It's some kind of priest.
Basically, you could, yeah. So, and I remember they were at the bar mitzvah, and I remember I left. They came for lunch, and they went, I had to go out. I was sure, there's oath. And what are you going to do? And I think we're going to have a share, and it's great because you get to discuss and challenge, and on the rabbi day, and you get. And honestly, she looked. She couldn't this look of absolute. Could not compute, couldn't understand. I mentioned the thing. Oh, we don't do that because we've got it. So we know what it means. It's all written. No, we haven't interpreted it. It does what it says it does.
Right.
It's just literally push up was the only way you can interpret things. And the thought that
Yeah, but they don't.
Not even shot. It's just the church's interpretation.
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
only
but-
acceptable.
Yeah, but the fact that I
And they don't even follow
Yeah.
that.
But the
Right,
fact
it's
that,
like-
the fact that I was going to do it, and honestly, she couldn't compute how that could even be
Yeah, but
a
isn't it,
thing within a religious environment and religious circles where there are rules and rules are set and there are positions and they're set and you do not challenge or question over them.
that's funny. It's just like they go by the written, book, the good book, and then it says, Shabbos and, what to eat, what not to eat. And they don't follow any of that.
Well, they have their own reasons for.
Yeah, but
They believe that was cast aside, but this is why it's called Torah Chaim, right? We have the Torah Chaim, and they believe their God is dead, so
Yeah.
the Torah is also dead.
Yeah, well, then
Can't develop, can't grow.
and what they do is they believe in a Jew, and they need. I told you my, they have their replacement theory. You heard of the replacement theory?
Yeah.
You know the replacement theory? No? They were gonna, this basically the why are the Crotchens so happy and want to give us a bunch of money and, they tried killing us, that didn't work. So they figured they'll just try to, buy us off. Because at the end of the day, they're taking over. They're replacing us at the end of the day. So what I figured out was that, and this is actually, I believe this, right? This is funny, but it's true, I believe. Is that they kind of have it right, but they don't. They're confused. Is that yes? There's going to be a replacement. There's the Abraham Benismach replacement theory. Is that what's going to be replaced is that they already understand that they need a Jew in order to be able to have a connection and a relationship with God. That's their main thing. They need a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen is that they'll come to this understanding that they realize they're going to need a Jew, and they're going to go. It says at the end of the days that the Jews, these goyim are going to go grab onto your tzitzit and say, "Take me with you," right? And it'll be like, I don't know how many, I heard different numbers, but maybe you know the numbers, but something like 72 per tzitzit. I don't know. There are a lot of them out there, right? So it makes sense. So this is the idea that at the end of the time is that what they'll do is that the replacement is that we're going to replace the Jew that they need, and they're going to need us to be able to have that relationship.
They'll have living Jews instead of a dead Jew.
Yeah. And that's it.
That's a nice thought.
That's my replacement there.
Okay. So let's make sure we understand the words here. Those that are performing Kidush Hachodesh, Reshut Kol Yisrael, they have to have permission from the whole people. So an example, or the example, the model is Chachamim Gdolim, who are respected and accepted by all of Israel.
What's Kolomar mean?
What?
Kolomar?
Kolomar, which is to say.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not very many I'm thinking of, but.
V'chen, now we're at the new part. Somebody want to read?
וכן כל מי שהוא חכם גדול בישראל ונשמח בארץ ישראל. So then, all who are wise, the great wise of Israel,
This is in the singular, so anyone
who is great and wise in Israel, ונשמח בארץ ישראל. Smicha.
But the real smicha, not what we have nowadays.
But Eretz Yisrael.
הסמיכות ידוע איך עושים אותו. And those with smicha.
No, the smichut, the act of giving smicha, the ordination.
Gives knowledge of how to.
Not gives knowledge. Yadua.
Yeah, knows.
Yadua. It's an adjective actually.
No.
Knowledge.
No.
No. It's known.
It is known. Yadua. So it's like you have. What's another good example? Barur, right? Everybody knows the word barur.
Yeah, sure I do.
So that comes from livar. So that's just this is an adjective, right? These are all adjectives. So these are all adjectives. Yadua, barur, sagur. Whenever you see this combination of vowels, the kamas and then the kubutz, you know that it's an adjective. Sagur, galui, which is a different one because it has a yud on the end, but actually Asui, right? Asui, like galui, because they both have hey on the end of the source. So these are all adjectives, which they're very simple adjectives. So just you just look at the source and should know pretty much what it means.
So it says
Smichut.
Yodua
equals smichut.
So it's known from a known sort of smichut.
No, it is known how it's done.
How it's done, okay, fine.
How it's done is
how
already
smicha is done, was that how, okay, fine. Yesh lo reshut לעשות מצווה גזור אפילו בחוצה לארץ. So he has authority, permission, to do this mitzvah, even if he's outside of Israel.
Right. Even one single chacham, if he has smicha, if he has the right kind of smicha,
He can do it.
he can do Kidush Hachodesh with his Beit Din, even outside of Israel.
But I thought the whole point was it's when the new moon's seen over Jerusalem.
Yes.
So you mean,
But he could be sitting.
he could be sitting in Babylon.
Yeah.
Okay, they go to him. Okay, fine. והוא שלא הניח כמותו בארץ. As long as והוא שלא, so he is not. There's no one like him in the land.
Right. But let's be a little bit more precise here. Vehu
And he.
does not refer to the person. It's referring to the situation.
Okay.
Vehu here means in the case of.
Okay.
And that's specifically used in that
Okay. So vahu shalot.
in that form.
In the
Vehu.
case that there's not. Shalot not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hiniach kamoto baretz. Something like him in the land. Hiniach.
Right. Anyone like him,
Okay.
meaning on his level.
In terms of his
Right.
wisdom.
Right. There's nobody at his level in Eretz Israel who would take that upon themselves instead of him. He's
Hiniach is placed, right?
left.
What's that?
Placed or left.
Left.
In this case, left. Like since he left Eretz Israel, he left somebody behind, so to speak. There's somebody left over in Eretz Israel who was greater than him.
Okay, yeah, that's not there.
So that's like a, I don't know what you call it, not a participle, but a vehu. It's specifically in that form with the vav.
The vav?
Vehu.
Oh, vihu. Oh, you're talking
Right.
about who? Vihu shelo
Yeah, okay.
kamoto.
So v'chein matzinu as shasu chen Hanania ben Achai Rabbi Yehoshua v'Akiva ben Yosef. So
You don't want to finish the sentence?
no, Shayu binyan there.
Right.
So v'chein matzinu
Mm-hmm.
and shasu. So they did. V'chein matzinu that's something they did, and therefore.
No, v'chein is similarly.
Okay. Similarly,
Matzinu,
matzinu.
meaning we have a precedent for.
Okay.
Matzinu is matzanu,
Shasu.
but when we see it in this form, matzinu, without the aleph, it's a word that's from the Talmud that specifically means we have a precedent for this.
We have a what?
A precedent.
So it's not that and such that we find.
It is literally that we found,
But
but matzino is a it's like a technical term, meaning we found a precedent.
Oh, okay. So we just not. It's not stam. The came matzino sheasu came says that we find that they did it such that.
Yeah, they did such. Yeah,
Yeah,
example.
but saying that we
So
found,
you're
what does that
saying-
mean? We found. He's bringing it
An
as,
example, we found
as an
an
example. Yeah.
As
Matzino can-
it's found, as we found.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so they found that this is done. That shows Cain. So Hanaya ben Achir.
She'asu chen, that they did.
They did it.
Thus.
Okay, thus. Okay.
They did this
So
thing.
Hanania ben Achi. So Hanania, son of Achi.
Achi Rabbi Yoshua. So we talked about this a little bit once before, that we had
Son of the
Avia
brother.
Ben,
Son of the brother.
right? Avia Ben.
Yeah.
So this is Achi.
This is Ben Achi.
Hmm?
This is Ben Achi, yeah. Okay.
Well, the son of, and then this is a clause,
The brother of Rabbi.
right? Because this, the Yud just makes it smichut.
Okay. Achi Rabbi Yehoshua Uva Akiva. So the son, the brother of Rabbi Yehoshua Uva Akiva, Ben Yosef, Shehayu Binyan Zeh. It was done this way. Aval Balti tonight. Ability תנאים אלו אין רשות לשום אדם מישראל לקבוע חדשים ולבר שנים. So, but ability
Without.
is without. Okay, because I believe without. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, that's it. Believe. Okay, ability without tanaim. These elu, these tanaim, it's not permissible.
There's Tanaim and there's Tanaim. In this case, it's confusing because we had both in the same sentence. But Tanaim are Chachamim from the time of Mishnah, right? A Tana. That's the plural of Tana. Whereas Tanaim with a Shva is conditions.
Okay, so without these conditions,
And this is the plural of Tanai.
Well, that's not, you're saying that's condition and not that it's not saying about without these
no.
type of people, the Tanaim?
No.
So you're saying this is the Tanaim of conditions?
The smicha outlasted the Tanaim.
Okay. So
There was smicha after the Tanaim.
Okay, so without these conditions or precedents,
Right.
Ein reshut l'shum. So you wouldn't have permission to permit shum. No, reshut l'shum is
put
Shumadam.
to place a man.
No.
No.
Shumadam, like Shum Davar.
Oh, no, without no one.
no the Shumadam.
And the Shum.
Okay,
The Shumadam is that nobody
Israel
has permission.
likbor to set chadashim ulaber shanim. So set months or additional. Set the additional year.
The leap years.
Yeah, leap year. Likbor would be in the same way as to have a doctor's appointment.
Yes. Precisely.
Yeah.
Sit down.
The pregnant year.
Impregnate the ear.
Working one right now.
Knock up the ear.
Yeah, working one right now.
Yeah.
Double a dar.
Well, the ear's not giving birth. The ear. This is the baby.
This is it, man. Gonna have a good party this year, right? It's like last year.
If you remember it, you won't know.
What's that?
If you remember it, you weren't there.
Okay. Any questions about this last bit?
Mm-mm.
Oh, good. That's clear. All right. Now we're going to get into some.
So, just one question.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Yeah. We know that Rabbi Yeshua did something.
It was
What was he doing?
his nephew.
Yeah, but what did his nephew do?
Ben Achi Rabbi
Okay, but what did his nephew actually do? So he did. He just said.
Su B'inyan Zeh. Meaning they were in Chutz La'aretz
I would say that.
and they
so
did Kidush
it's
Hachodesh or Yibur
carrying on
Shana.
from- So they're the example of someone who puts Aretz. Obviously, clearly, there was no one as wise and great as him who remained Israel.
No, it's like they would. It
He
happened.
did it with Rabbi Akiva.
It happened that they were there and they happened to be in a situation like that.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what it's basically saying.
Carry on.
Please do.
With Imtish Al. So you can ask, or might ask,
If you
if
can.
you ask,
Right.
if you ask. Im kain he'ach anu osim hayom she'en lanu chachamim smuchim. So if
I think it's
What- so
how?
In Ken.
in kain,
If so.
if so,
It's a question.
he'ach anu, how do we do it today
Right.
when there are no appropriately ordained chachamim?
Well translated.
Yeah.
Da shekach kibalnu שרבי הלל ונסים בנו של רבי יהודה הנשיא, שהיה גדול בדורו ונסמך בארץ, והוא החכם שתיקן לנו חשבון העיבוד. העיבור. So,
keep going.
okay, חיבור, הוא קידש חדשים ובשנים העתידים לבוא עד שיבוא אליהו, ועל זה אנו סומכים היום. So this is not what we should know. Shikach, that so it was received, we received.
Right.
Sherabi from the Shekashed, that Rabbi Hillel, is it that or from?
That
That Rabbi Hillel, the Hanasi, and the son of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, Shagadol Bedorah, that were of the great generation.
he was
the Gadol Ador.
Gadol Gadol,
he
the
was
greatest in
established
his
this
generation.
generation. When it's Mach Ba'aretz, and he was ordained in the land.
No, he had smicha.
Yes, it was smicha in the land.
In Eretz, so
Yeah.
he was given smicha.
והוא חכם שתיקן לנו חשבון ועיבוד. And he...
Ibur.
Ibur, sorry. Ibud. Lost. But
No, that would be ibud, like the process.
Okay.
Something.
but he fixed, and he's fixing us the cheshbon Ibur.
Tiken is from the
tikkun?
word
Okay.
takana, right? Takana is
Oh yeah, like he made an ordinance.
right, an ordinance or
But not with this tikkun, it's not to fix.
yeah.
And then
It's fixed with
tikkun
that.
Yeah,
off.
it's the same word,
Yeah.
but it has more than one
Okay.
meaning, more than one application.
So who Kidesh Chadashim, who
Set aside.
Kidesh, that's high. Oh yeah, separated, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
sanctified.
sanctified Chodesh. I thought
No.
Kodesh was also to your Kodesh, you're almost set aside, you're distinct.
Well, that's an attempt at explaining what kadosh
Okay,
really means, the significance of it. Like, what does that
okay, so you
mean? That
sanctified
something
the
is
month,
holy, but
the bear Shanim and also the leap years. Ha'atidim lavo ad shavo Eliyahu. So basically, we're going to. This has been done until Eliyahu comes.
Atidim lavo, those in the future that are coming in the future,
Yeah.
all the way until to the hour of Levi.
ועל זה אנו מצמחים היום. And this is what we do today.
Rely on.
Oh, okay, done today.
Smuchim, right? יכול לסמוך עליך. Right? So this is the classical answer of the big question. You know what? We ran out of smicha. Now what do we do, right? So when
So Eliyahu will bring back smicha. Is that what you're saying? That implication as well.
that's kind of the implication. Yeah, that smicha is going to come back at some
Yeah.
point. But Rabbi Hillel and see when he saw that there was basically nobody left to give smicha or to receive smicha,
It's not going to be possible.
took matters into his own
You
hands.
You don't have a broken chain. You have a broken chain for Moshe Rabbeinu. It's going to
Yeah.
start at a certain point, and it will be more of something the Sanhedrin will establish.
Well, you have to have smicha in order to get this.
What's that?
You have to have smicha first in order to make Sanhedrin.
Oh, how's that going to happen? Okay.
So
You should ask
I'll
him.
just finish
You
this
need
thought
to-
and
you
then
need to
we'll
ask
get to that
yourself
point. So the idea being that the part of the, like we said last time, that part of the mitzvah is that we're given the authority to do Kidush Hachodesh even if we don't have any actual witnesses. Because what if it was cloudy for a whole week, right? Or what if nobody saw it? What if it was, and so the Torah has to, it's kind of just a logical conclusion, the Torah gives us the authority to figure out when the month is supposed to be and use that also.
What's that based on the fact that the month would either be 29 or 30 days long,
Right.
and if you've not had anyone come on day 29, by
Then you
definition,
say it's
day
30.
30 is
Right. So it
Rosh
can't be
Hashanah.
more than
Yeah,
30.
exactly.
Right. But at the same time,
Is that right? There's in the Hebrew calendar, there's no 31 days.
no.
Oh, okay.
So that's the whole reason that Rosh Hashanah's 2 days, because the
Because
theory being,
there was no
the
way to know
tradition
at
was
one
you didn't know
time.
what day it was, you couldn't let the country know in time, so you'd always start celebrating on the 29th of the month,
Right.
and then in case that was Rosh Hashanah and carry on to the 30th, yeah. Or actually, the 30th day and the first day would be actually, but yeah, those 2 days, yeah, exactly that very reason, so
Right.
to cover your bases.
Right. And the Sefer Chinuch at the beginning mentioned that part of the authority that was given to Chachamim is to use a calculation. And the calculation was made, or at least it was applied at the time of Rabbi Hillel HaNasi, and he calculated out and set the calendar, which is a 19-year cycle, and just said like, okay, this will work. Like, this is
Was it every 19 years of the Ebor?
no.
So
19 years.
there's seven leap years every 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Every 19-year cycle, it repeats the leap years, the order that they're in. They usually the Hebrew and English calendars meet every 19 years. So if your birthday, 19 years later, can come out on the same English
I
day.
think it's a Hebrew day. That's right.
It sometimes doesn't work because of the English leap years. Sometimes off by a day, but usually it comes out. So that's a cool fact. So, right, the procedure for reestablishing smicha, according to the Rambam, is you have to have the agreement of all the chachamim in Eretz Yisrael to give smicha to one guy. They have to pick one guy to be like, you're the greatest. And then by their collective
you're the
power,
greatest after us.
after them all put together.
Yeah.
So the power vested in them collectively, they're able to give smicha to one person, and he can give smicha to everyone else, or whoever he deems appropriate.
He gets super smicha.
Huh?
He gets super smicha.
It'd be kind of cool if it was like, there's just been there has been an unbroken chain still to,
That would be amazing. Huh?
and they just keep it quiet, they're very humble.
Oh, and then somebody comes out and,
Says, yeah, we're part of this would be a great movie, right? And then they're coming out with the smicha, it's called the smicha of the movie, right? So they come out with the it's the revealing, like, yeah, we're from all the way from Rosh Rabbeinu, and the way they check it out is they actually, because how is the smicha, the original smicha, is that they actually had some of Moshe's wisdom that was on them, and they had like this nevuah, right? So probably when smicha comes back, the nevuah is going to come back, because if that's how the original smicha was, the smicha had some sort of form of nevuah with it. The original one was.
I like your idea. I don't want to.
Are we recording this?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, man. Somebody's going to watch our YouTube video and rip us off, man. We better copyright the movie.
I don't want to deflate your balloon, but smicha outlasted nevuah by hundreds of years, by like 500 years. So.
No, but I'm just saying that it had to have
Doesn't
some.
seem to be a clear connection.
Have some. The original smicha was just so I can keep my balloon intact. Was when Moshe was all of a sudden there was like nevuah happening in the camp, right? Where he was with the 70 elders or something like that, and they started as prophesize.
There was two more who were not accepting.
And then he would also take and then he went to Yoshua, and he put did smicha with Yoshua, and then he picked up he became a Navi himself, right? This is the part of the whole inyan of it. So that's the original smicha.
Is smicha not simply just putting the finger at the hands on the head, yeah? Or is there more to it than that?
Well, it's
Obviously there's a...
the declaration.
Yeah, declaration.
The declaration is that you have authority.
Can we do smicha with animals before we sacrifice, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same process.
Yes.
It's a transfer of onus.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The same responsibility that I have, I'm now transferring to you. You can share it.
Or die
That's
for it.
basically. Well, in the case of the animal.
And I get to eat.
Well, is it Nebuah supposed to come back? Is it supposed to?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, is it Ketub that way? Is it like Rambam talk about it or something?
Yeah. I mean, the Ram talks about. It's the Rambam talking about it. I just learned it. I don't remember him talking about it.
Maybe like a Mara or something like that.
There are other sources that say.
Well, the Rambam
So
talks
they
about
indicate that the bush will come back.
the world to come. You know, when Mashiach's here and everything. He has a book about that, right? About what's it going to be like?
Yeah, and he says
talks
everything's
about
gonna be
things
the
are going to
same
be
way
pretty
it
much the
is
same
now.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that there'll be
Things are going to come together. That's a theory we could advance here when he says the smicha that this calendar is meant to last until the Eliyahu Navi. We know that Eliyahu Navi is not. He doesn't come to like reveal anything that we don't already know. He comes to reunite us, and that would be the only way. If there was some incredible figure who reunites everyone.
Is that about how Yehuda's trying to reunite the disparate community within Catherine through a communal Siddur?
He's in on
you heard to do it? I take credit for his win, of course.
So if try to imagine getting all the rabbis to agree on one guy to get smicha. Like,
Yeah.
they'd be arguing about it for the next 100 years.
We couldn't get all the communities to agree on there you go, yeah.
So if Eliyahu comes and somehow brings everybody together, then they could agree on something.
Listen, the reason I believe that there's the possibility, I have a few reasons to believe that there could be a leader like that. Definitely, is that we've seen the opposite of how someone became a leader and did the most atrocious things, in the world, and he had millions of people behind him.
Right.
All was involved in doing the most disgusting, terrible thing you can imagine. You wouldn't imagine that the people, a collective, a nation would do such things, right? Behind somebody and think, you wouldn't think it, but
we're not doing that.
the leader came and basically came and was about to take over the world. That was the goal of that, and then people got by. So if Chal v'chomer, you could have such a terrible individual doing such terrible things that people are going to follow him. So certainly there will be a leader who will come to and influence people to do good. But it has to be, right? It has to be, and it will be. It will be.
All right.
זה שאמרנו, הוא על דעת הרמב"ם, זכרונו לברכה. So this was said.
This that we said. Meaning
said
everything up till now.
Then here we go. This is the ideas of the Rambam.
Mm-hmm.
והרמב"ם, זכרונו לברכה, יחשוב in the future.
Yes, but there's no perfect future tense in Hebrew. So yachshov in the archaic Hebrew can also mean would do something.
So would think.
Yeah. Or in this case, would consider yachshov from the word cheshbon.
It would be.
He would count.
Not from cheshbon. Okay, so it's not
Usually,
it's not to think.
usually it would mean
Yeah.
that, but it could also mean to count. Like we say, זה לא נחשב. It doesn't count.
Okay.
The same word, same.
Oh, I thought
use.
that was like not considered.
Yeah, but in English, what do you say? You say, oh, it can count. לא נחשב. Right? It's the same usage. It's a parallel kind of usage in both languages.
זה יחשוב בקידוש חchodesh מצווה אחת ועיבור שנים מצווה אחת. So he considers these to be two mitzvahs. One is the mitzvah of the sanctification of the month.
Mm-hmm.
One is the mitzvah of the leap year, leap month, leap year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
וראיותיו בספר המצוות שלו וכן פעל הלכות גם כן. So, ראיותיו.
Rayotav. So parse it out. What you can split this up into two words.
So Ryan's an idea, no?
Rayon is an idea.
Okay.
It's with an ayin, so it's not actually the same word.
Okay. Just checking.
See?
Nope. Yeah.
See, right?
Let's make some room here.
Well, it's not the same and it's seen.
Nope. So
No?
this word, depending on the vowels, can mean two different things. Re, aya, and re, iya. This is a proof. This is seeing.
What's that?
Sight, or seeing. This is a proof.
Oh,
So raya is a logical proof, or a textual proof.
Okay.
so you're saying that
So Raya,
His
his
proofs
his proof, yeah.
that they're two separate mitzvahs.
Is Sefer HaMitzvah is Sefer HaMitzvot.
Right. Which is actually just an addendum to the Rambam's Sefer HaMitzvot. He has his critique of the Rambam.
Mhm.
He didn't write a whole 613. He just has like a handful of footnotes to the Rambam.
And so וכן בעל הלכות גם כן, so it's not וכן,
And also,
so like also yeah, the בעל הלכות also says this. Okay.
so the Baal Halachot is a book that's referred to as the Bahag, Baal Halachot
Oh,
Gadol.
okay.
And one of the early Rishonim, he also has a kind of.
Is it a book or is that a person?
Well, the book is officially called Halachot Gadolot, but people usually refer to it as the Bahag, meaning the Baal Halachot Gadolot. But the Baal Halachot Gadolot literally refers to the person who wrote it.
So you're saying this became the Baal Gam, he also did it. This person.
Yeah, in the halach, the book that's called Halachot Gadolot, he also counted them separately.
Okay, author. He's the author of what?
Halacha Gedolah.
The book is called Halachot Gadolot. Or Bahag.
Okay, so hapasuk hamoreh al mitzvah edbud. So the verse, which is talks about the teachers, moreh, yeah, fine. About the mitzvah edbud, about the mitzvah of the additional leap years. Pregnancies.
Leap year.
Kind of more like it says, Shenachshov hatakufot kadei shenaseh hamodim bizman kavua lehem hu. So like it says, Shenachshov.
Klomar, it's not like it says, but which is to say.
It's okay. It's to say. Shenachshov.
Counted, no? That it's counted, they're using the same thing, or is it considered?
It's that we should calculate. Even though we would nowadays use the word l'chashev, we would thought it's a different binyan. In this era of Hebrew, you can get either one. You can get away with either one.
There's no link at all. I know it says Nachash. Nachash is a snake, isn't it?
What's
Chas
also,
l'snei.
Is there no link here at all to?
well, no,
There's a nun
Oh, you know,
here.
it's we will, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I can't say it. Ah, yes, sorry, I'm reading it. Yep. So התקופות,
נחשוב התקופות.
נחשוב בתקופות, כדי שנעשה המועדים, so that בזמן קבוע, so we should make sure that basically the months are in the right times.
Right time of year. So
Yeah.
tkufa in Chazal is the season.
I thought Moedim was season.
Modim are the chagim.
Okay, I'll say
Holidays.
it.
oh, yeah, it's also used in this period of time. It's
What's in the Gemara? The Gemara talks about Kufat Cheshvan, Kufat
yeah, but they also use it in
Not Cheshvan.
in modern
Kufat
Hebrew.
Tevet. Yeah, no. In modern Hebrew, Kufa is an era.
Right.
In Chazal, Kufa is a season of the year.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's like Moed. It's a synonym.
No,
synonym.
Moed is a specific time, not a span of time.
Oh, that's like you're talking about a Moed would be like a season.
No, Kufa is a season.
Oh,
Moed would be like a particular date.
Oh, okay. So it's
Moed Hazeh means this precise time of year,
It's
rather.
Kavua.
But Kufa,
Is it Kafufot? What's it? It's Kavua. Oh, Kufot, so sorry, yeah.
It's a season.
So yeah, I'm reading the real
yeah, in Chazal, it's in the Gemara. It's a season.
Okay.
It's actually precise. I mean, more technically speaking, it's the solstice and the equinoxes are referred to as
The
Kufot.
21st of the
right.
the
It's
21st
called.
the 21st quarter day.
They're the days that kick off the Tkufa, actually. They're not called Tkufa, but
They're called
sometimes they're referred to as the Tkufa because it's the beginning of the Tkufa.
So ושמרת את החוקה הזאת למועדה. So
Yes.
you will keep these laws or ordinances, this festival
No, Limoadat, at its
at
time.
its time. So it's
Right. So this is referring to Korban Pesach.
זה וכן שומע את חודש אביב כמו שכתבנו. So we keep the month of spring like it's written.
Like we wrote earlier, right?
Yeah.
He said
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
that-
Okay.
So this is, he's saying the pasuk hamoreh on mitzvah tevorim. What is the source in the Torah that's saying we have to make sure that our calendar is in sync with the solar year? That's basically what he's saying. That the holidays have a particular season that they belong to. They don't belong to a particular day on the solar calendar, but they belong to a particular season. So these are the two psukim that are very clear about that. The Chukah Pesach, the Moadat has a specific time of year. And more like the Chodesh Aviv. So there's a month that has to happen in the Aviv, has to happen in the spring. So these are the, if we didn't have that, then we would be like the Arabs, we'd be like the Muslims, who have Ramadan. It just keeps going around the year. It travels. Now they started today, Ramadan.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's
Because one of the funny things was
in the
Easter.
middle of summer.
Easter's the one which follows the lunar calendar just about.
Mm-hmm.
This year's an exception. Because we're a month out.
Right.
Normally Easter and Pesach coincide.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're almost yeah, the reason for that, that's because the final meal was Pesach, so
Yeah.
so it should coincide. One of the reasons I got right. Why? Okay, so Mishashe mitzvah zokadei sheyasu yisrael modei Hashem bizmanam. So root shorish.
Yeah, that's right. Or what's behind it?
Yes,
What's the
the mitzvah.
motivation for it?
Is that in order for Israel to do
It's a y'all. They all. It's a ooze, so it's a bunch of
they will do
collective.
they will do Modeh Hashem Bismani the festivals of Hashem at the right
Perform
time.
them at the right,
Perform them at the
in
right
their time.
Shehashem Siva Lasot Pesach Bizman Shahat Vua Ba'aviv. So Hashem commanded that we will keep Pesach at the time Shahat Vua Ba'aviv. So it's in spring when the Hat Vua.
Vua is grain.
Okay.
Vua is grain. And Aviv
Spring there.
is usually understood to be spring, but originally it has the origin of the word Aviv, as meaning spring, is related to the state that the grain is in. It's Aviv, it's abuv, it's hollow, it's a stalk.
Oh.
It's still on the sheaf.
Okay.
So before the harvest.
Okay.
It's pre-harvest. That's
pre-harvest.
literally where the word comes from.
So Kidush Hachodesh, as it's written, Shema Hachodesh et Chodesh Ha'aviv Vasita Pesach. So you will keep the month of Aviv and you will do the Pesach sacrificing his nose.
Right. So that's the association.
V'hag Sukkot Bizman Ha'asif, and the festival of the Sukkot is at the time of the harvest.
Mm-hmm.
Kamosh Katuv, as it's written, V'hag Ha'asif Tukufat Hashana, the harvest festival. The program will be at the Tukufat.
In its proper time.
The
It's
proper
season.
time, yeah.
And it's the season in its particular time.
Right. Kufat Hashana means the time of the year. The Shana year means change. It's the time of the changing over. So just a little agricultural vocabulary here. We had the word asif. We have in Hebrew different words for different kinds of harvesting. So asif is gathering.
It's like how the Eskimos had different words for snow.
Right? Not far off. Asif is to gather, and this is specific to fruit. So Chag Asif is Sukkot, and that's when the last fruits are ripening. In the fruits that are native to Israel, right? So we have Katsir, which is grains, and that's usually translated as harvest. And that's what's Chag HaKatzir.
Mm-hmm.
That's Shavuot. It's called Chag HaKatzir because that's when we harvest the wheat.
So that's a harvest festival.
That's also harvest festival.
Because I remember when I was at school, we used to have a harvest festival. I thought it was October, November time, but that's the Scott time, must be.
Well, that's the Halloween and.
No, we used to collect things for
Did they do a Halloween
Poor people.
in England?
increasing so
They're both harvest festivals. It's just
Yeah,
different
but I remember at
harvest
school,
of grain,
at
harvest
school,
of
we
the
had
fruit.
a non-Jewish harvest festival when you bring in like tins of food and stuff
Mhm.
to give to poor people. And it
Yeah,
was
like
once a
a lot
year.
of cultures
I
have
think
it.
it was about autumn time, September, October. So I must have been the Sif as opposed to the Katsir.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking, I remember doing
Well,
it.
that's in England and in the United States.
Yeah.
The grain grows during the summer, not during the winter.
Okay, so
So then the end of summer
true.
is harvest.
Yeah,
Harvest.
it's called Harvest Festival. Remember that.
September
Yeah.
usually.
That's when it was, yeah.
We have batzir is specific to grapes.
Okay.
When you harvest grapes, it's called batzir. When you harvest olives, it's called masik. Okay? This is olives. When you harvest dates, it's called gadid. You see the same pattern in vowels. For all of them, this is specific to dates.
Can I ask a question in terms of looking at the words themselves, and they've all got shorashim.
Yes?
Are those shorashim in somehow point towards why they're slightly different? Why does katsimi refer to grain? Why does batsir refer to grapes? Is there something we can learn from the shorashim, or is it just you just know that?
Somewhat. I mean, I can tell you some things I know. Like, these are easy. Asif is, it's to gather. So the fruit on the tree, you gather it up, right? Katsir is to shorten. Liktsor
Yeah.
is to shorten, right? You're shortening it. We go out with your sith, and it was this tall, and now you cut half of it off, and you gather up what you cut off. Batsir, I don't know this source in any other context, except for nivtzar, which means something you're unable to do something, but I don't know how that could.
So when you drink too much, you use the grapes to make wine, drink a lot, and then you're unable to do something.
Masik might be from the word sak, like the word masok. The word masok on helicopter.
Limsok or what?
Limsok is to harvest olives.
I see, that is what it just means.
The olive harvest means masik. Limsok is the verb. Right? Limsor. Liktsor. That's so.
No, I know the word limsok. Before that, I said that. I don't know where.
That's when you go and you smack the tree and you shake the olives off. That's called limsok. So this word means to like lift up, to like lift off. I don't know. In Tehillim it says ki esak shamayim. Like even if I go all the way up to heaven, I guess you have to go up into the tree in order to get the olives. That's like the Mishnah talks about it. About during the Masik, the workers would go climb the tree. Maybe that's what it is. A gedud is something that is bunched together. So I guess because they grow up. The dates grow in bunches.
The 7
species
all have there's 5. They're 45. They're 44.
There's no special
before
verb.
The 7. Before the 7.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
Before the 7 fall into those last 4 categories. So the 7 all fall into one of those 4 categories, don't they?
I don't think. Well, the rest of them are just fruit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But okay, pomegranate. We'll see. Yeah, I guess. But yeah.
Pomegranate and
So
figs.
grapes, olives, and dates. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but these other ones that have specific words. So that's something that's cool to know.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, thank you. That's the page, yeah. ואילולי עיבור השנים יבואו המועדים שלא בזמנים אלו. So, I'm not sure ilulei. I know what it's saying here actually, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Ilulei means if not.
So without this,
if not for.
If not for the leap year, the times wouldn't come at the right time, basically.
Yep.
Not for?
Mm-hmm.
לפי שישראל מחשבים חודשיהם ומועדיהם למי שנה הלבנה. So, the feast of, and therefore,
According to, or due to the fact.
due to the Yisrael, the Jews, Machashvim, that was counting, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah. Calculating. Had Shehem, their months, Umodehem, and their times, Limei, Shana, Lavana, linked to the lunar year. The days of the days of the year.
It's interesting. It says Limesh Nata Lavana. It's not. He's saying if we didn't have the Ibur without the extra month once in a while, so we just have a pure lunar year.
And then we've got some calculations here. Shehem, Shinnon Dalad Yon, which is 254 days. 354. Shin.
Ratios.
Oh yes, yes. 354 days. Chet Sha'ot, 5 hours. Tet Ayin Vav Chalakim, which is 876. Chalakim. Second.
Out of 1,072.
Yeah.
That's a complete hour.
4,000, okay, whatever. 400, okay, fine. 400,000, okay, 400,476, yeah, okay.
Hmm?
Vehi hasera.
No, there's no 1,000.
Oh, so it's so it was 800, was that?
Yeah, it's 800. I'm saying there's 800 out of a possible
Yeah, I see it.
1,072 that make up the hour.
Vehi sera mishnat hachama, and hasera.
It's missing. Or
Mishnah is
in this
missing.
case, it's short.
I would say missing. Okay, I would say okay, fine, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, mishnat hachama yom yud yom in 10 days. Kuf alaf sha'ot 21 hours. Reish dalad chalakim 204 chalakim. Siman yud kaf alaf reish dalad yud.
When we say siman, it means you're supposed to say it out loud.
Yeah, you can't.
Yakarad, right? Yakared or something like that. That it's a mnemonic. Siman is a mnemonic when you have a abbreviation like this, an acronym like this. So that's
Like the match came back there, but Uvishul hatvuot haperot bechota shel chama
Kolcha.
bechulcha. Sorry.
Mhm.
של רמה, נמצא שאילולי העיבור שאנו משווים בו שנות הלבנה בשנות החמה לא יבוא פסח בזמן האביב וסוכות בזמן האסיף. So, נמצא, it's found, שאילולי,
I would translate we see.
Okay, we see.
But yeah.
So without the ibur, without this ibur, that we mishvim, that we are losing shanot hours, is it?
We are equating shaveh.
Okay, equaling. Okay, okay. Bo shanot halavana, bishnot hachamal. So you're quoting lunar days, lunar hours with
And then we got hours from
Shana, years, sorry,
Yes.
lunar years, sorry,
Yeah.
with years, sun years, solar years, and then we wouldn't have the time where Pesach would come at the time of spring and Sukkot would come at the time of the harvest.
Right. They would be off.
Yeah.
It would be the right time.
ונית כאן הדבר להעשות בגדולי הדור, so לפי שהוא עניין החמה גדולה, גם ימוגי כי ממנו יוודע מקרי השנה בתבואות, והם רואים למסורת אלה לגדולה וחסידים. Legdolim Chassidim, so they saying that it wasn't fixed, but I said yes, it was not fixed, it was what's what used?
It was what's the word? It was
Determined?
yeah, something like that. It was legislated maybe.
So basically this thing was legislated by the by the Great Generation in order that
The fee because
Shahu Inyan Godala, because they were great scholars.
no, because it is an issue that requires
great scholars. So Gam Yom
no great chokhmah requires a lot of wisdom.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Gam Yom and also we said Ki Yemeni Yevada Mikre Hashana Bitvuot.
Yomru, they would say.
Yeah. Ki Mimenu from us.
Yeah. From us, meaning the Gedolim, when they decided to do this,
Mikra Hoshana Vuot, Pitbuot. I'm not sure. Yavada, Nikra, it was the knowledge, the adjective. It was known.
No, they would know.
Oh, they would know.
It would be known, right? Yivada, it's
Okay, no, I thought it was an adjective. Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be known, Mikre, Hashana, the time of the year, Bitbuot.
I'm not 100% sure what he means in this sentence. Mikre Ashana, I would translate the destiny, what's the word for destiny? The future of the year in terms of the harvest, the grain. But I don't understand what he's
Can I say how to translate it here, by the way, you'd like to know?
Sure.
It is even said that how crops will fare in a given year can be known from it.
Cross what?
Well, that's why I didn't understand. Because it didn't make any sense to me.
It's basically saying that in the same way as you can work out the way in which the year should fall and the months, etc., and the leap months, etc., they can also even potentially know how crops were doing each year. That's what we're saying.
I guess he means like when the crops will ripen.
Okay. Okay, fine.
According to our calendar, because it goes along with it. Because the holidays are matched up.
So venu lemasro eleg legedolim lachasidim. You shouldn't vein ra'u lemasro. Lemasro is a tradition, isn't it? Is that correct?
This is a verb. This is something that we learned before. And I'm very disappointed. No,
No, I'm here, okay? Don't forget that.
Yeah. No,
I'm joking. I'm
just joshing you. But we said when we have this construct of lemos rho equals. What is that over here? So this is le ovdo, right? We had le ovdo was a classic example that we say every day. Le ovdo. So la avodo, right? Le ovdo. This is actually like a vav, but it's kamatz katan. Le ovdo. So that's how we remember it. Le ovdo, la avodo, le mosro. So it's not something that we want civilians, untrained civilians, trying to handle.
It's only for those who have sufficient wisdom.
And
Yeah.
and you're at your mind.
Yeah.
So how are we in time?
With 10, 10:15.